Welcome back to Football Manager 2024 Rebuilding Cologne. So we've managed to maintain our spot in first place currently, but a lot of that is largely due to the teams that we're facing. None of the teams have been really that difficult. We tied against Bochum and Mainz, which we should have probably ended up beating them. Bochum's kind of middle of the table, same as Mainz as well. And then our wins were against HSV recently, and then Augsburg, Freiburg, Hertha, and then Dortmund and Hoffenheim and Frankfurt. Dortmund being the only one that I would really say was probably the difficult one out of that. So that just means that we have a lot of the other more important teams to face off against. But this is kind of encouraging. Bayer Leverkusen tying to Union Berlin and then losing to Frankfurt as well. So those games are definitely going to mean a lot to us. And then even Dortmund beating Stuttgart as well. And then Bayern Munich always starts off very slow. Their wins have been against Schalke, Leverkusen, HSV, and Bochum. So it does look like they're going to kind of beat all the teams that are going to cause us difficulty. Tying against Leipzig as well is pretty big. And then Augsburg. Augsburg somehow always kind of being kind of like the thorn in a lot of teams' heels kind of thing like that. And then Wolfsburg and Stuttgart are the ones that they end up winning. So far, Freiburg is even in the 6th spot, and Bayern's nowhere near that. 14 points, but still, I would expect them to be in at least 4th place. But when you were last with us, you end up seeing that we ended up beating Monaco, but then we turned it around and beat Augsburg as well, and tied against Bochum. Just a very tight schedule. Even with Vollen getting sent off in the 26th minute, we still couldn't end up winning this game, which was very disappointing. So they end up drawing from an own goal. It's probably the most ridiculous own goal, actually. I've never seen that. I was so pissed off, to be honest. So we're going to take a quick look at that. I don't think I've ever seen an own goal this ridiculous. I can only laugh at it now. But geez, Urbik kind of just looked at it. He could have easily hit it over, but still kind of ridiculous. And if you look at the stats, they didn't even have a shot on target or a shot in general. Possession-wise, they were kind of good, but we had 26 shots, 11 on target, and still only drew that game. So we could have easily had an extra one there as well. We did manage to beat Tottenham in the Champions League. Surprisingly, Darday and Thielmann scored, and Madison ended up almost bringing them back. They did have a goal that was disallowed as well, so it doesn't show it there, but pretty close all around. And then we ended up beating HSV because Egelhart got sent off in the 9th minute. And here we are against Union Berlin, and hopefully we can manage to get a result there. But some of the transfer things that we've done, we brought in Garcia Cruz. He's going to come in and didn't really cost us that much, so it's kind of like a minor risk with it, only 100k, but Mina has been confirmed that he's going for 12.5, and Christensen also for 11 million. The only reason why we're getting rid of Christensen, even though he's probably worth a decent amount more than that, is mainly because of Elderete. Elderete looks pretty good. We got him for 6.75, and I think it's just kind of just to keep the cash flow going, because if we can develop this guy by the time he's 23 and kind of sign other players as well, we can probably sell this guy for a lot more, and I'd rather him get the game time than us kind of wasting on a player that will only be a good Bundesliga player. But we also got Kramashi as well, who's kind of developing pretty well. He's already worth around 40 million off of a 6.5 million transfer fee. So between him, Hassan, and Martel, yeah, we're not going to really move away from those guys. And I do like even Olsen. I could see ourselves parting ways with, but he is still 24, and he's around the same age, and there's not really that much separating him and Christensen. So I'd rather get a guy that's maybe a little bit cheaper, but we might even part ways with both of them. Who knows? But let's jump to the cup game and see if we can manage to get a result against Union Berlin. And here's our squad for that match. We have Urbik in goal, Finkruff, Schmidt, Elderete, and Mendy going to start off as our back line. Kramashi and Christensen are going to start as our midfield. We have DL, Asan and Mine are going to start as our attacking mid, and Mokoku getting the nod up front. We do have a RB Leipzig game coming up, so we don't really want to force a lot of our players to end up playing in this cup game. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're not really playing a lot of their starters as well. I mean, you never know at this level, but our focus mostly on Champions League, not necessarily on the cup. I mean, it would be nice if we end up winning it back-to-back years, but I'm a little bit more focused on. Well, I mean, they have drew a lot. My God, and one loss there, so we should be able to win this one. But yeah, we're just going to kind of rotate. If we end up losing this one, it is what it is. Obviously, we want to win this, but if we don't end up doing anything, I'm not too upset with that. I'd rather focus on Champions League and other avenues like that, even the league, where we're going to have to face off against a lot of the harder teams, probably back to back to back. So we might even go on a losing streak at that point. I'm just hoping that we end up facing Bayern when they're a little bit more wounded than anything. And this is a home game as well, so should kind of work into our advantage. But I mean, I feel as though Football Manager doesn't really factor in home and away that much. I mean, I think it does, but there should be a massive advantage. Aladu, I feel as though Aladu we had. Either we had him on loan or we sold him. I'm gonna have to look at that a little bit later. I think we might have had him on loan, and they might have called him back. But it would be interesting to see that. And I mean, Schmidt hasn't developed that much either. I wouldn't mind grabbing another center back. I think that's going to be the focus probably in this transfer window. Coming up in January, we're probably going to end up looking at getting maybe an attacking left mid and maybe a center back. Right back, we're kind of good for it so far. We almost conceded there. And let's take a look. Already another highlight. I never liked that. And Eldoretti, who's, I mean, they say that he's a defensive mid. They also say that he's a center back, so you never really know where he's going to end up fitting on this team. But I don't like that versatility. I don't like having a defensive midfielder and a center back. And here, we're going to pause it. I'm going to quickly look at their formation here. Aladu, I feel as though he did play for us. Yeah, he was on loan and then they called him back. Yeah, I remember that, and we ended up losing a bunch of money. That's annoying. I don't even think we brought him in either. I think it was the manager before us that ended up doing it, but still kind of disappointing all around. We're not really winning this game, I would say. We do have the one shot on target, but we haven't really done anything with it. Thinkgrove with the corner here, 25 minutes in. And gets the ball back here. Oh my God. I never understand that first touch though. It almost always happens. DL now finds Asan and we end up scoring Asan with his first goal of the season. Very nice pass from DL. Even if I could even bring him back and sign him, I might even look at that actually. Because he is still relatively young, and he would count as a homegrown player as well. And obviously passes like that are pretty great, especially since Asan's playing attacking mid. I didn't even realize that. I guess because Darday is being rested right now. But 4 shots, 2 on target. And it does look like we should be able to add another one to this, hopefully before halftime. Mina now with it. It's going to cross it in. DL can't really jump to that. And it looks like a penalty for sure. Asan gets tripped, and we could go up 2-0. And who's taking it? Christensen. And just slots it top corner. Nothing they could have done about it. His second goal, of the season. And I'm pretty sure the other one was a penalty as well. Yeah, there's nothing that Schwallow? His name's Schwallow. That's actually pretty funny. Diego Leite. Oh, damn. And then we get caught here, but Urbig doing pretty well. I did see a video that said that Urbig should be one of the top German goalkeepers, so it's a good thing that we decide to kind of keep him and build around him. So we can kind of focus a little bit more on him, but I wouldn't mind, again, another backup as well. We probably will end up selling the Brazilian/Argentinian one that we keep sending on loan anyways. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be really good, but I still wouldn't mind probably a 17, 18 to 20-year-old and kind of have him as a backup. But we might even wait a couple seasons. You never know. And kind of hope that comes at through our youth. Why is everyone running away for the ball? Mina, that was just foolish. Kramashi finds Makoku and just finish it. Come on. Gets blocked, goes for a corner. And almost into halftime. And does look like we're commanding most of this game, though. And yeah, Mina looks like he's going to be the one that ends up having to come off probably halfway through. He's the only one that's not really green, I would say. And since I saw what he ended up doing before, it was kind of disappointing. So we'll probably end up having to do that, but not going to upset our team yet. Bourier could come in for Mina, and then we could put DL and then Asan as each wing. So on the right and left. It is nice that we're getting one on the team that ended up recalling Aladu. But I find Union Berlin were good at some point. And I remember there is a toss-up between whether or not we're going to pick this team or Union Berlin, and we ultimately decided on picking Cologne. And I mean, I'm definitely happy with that decision, especially with the Podolski ties. And wow, top corner, but it hits the post, and Herbig managed to get the rebound there. And we're gonna probably we're gonna sub off. We're gonna take off Mina here. We're gonna put on Deal there. Asan, actually, yeah, that's. We're gonna swap Asan with Mina here. DL goes on the right. And we're gonna put, yeah, Bourier is gonna come in. Kramashi looking like he should probably come off as well. We'll make that change right now. I just don't really want to see too much of Mina. Finkruff now to Asan, back to Kramashi. We'll probably make a sub whether or not there's another goal especially. And wow. Misses the whole net though, but still a decent opportunity. 9 shots, 5 on target. And I mean, as long as they're not really dictating the play or really putting us on our back heels, we should be fine with this game. But we do want, like I said, we do want to rotate some of our players that are going to play for the next game as well. So even Asan might end up coming off as well. But I feel as though Schmidt's going to stay. Alderete's going to definitely stay. Asan now with the chance. Finds Bourier. Come on, pass it back, Bourier. To Kramashi now. And Kramashi shoots it. Goes for a goal kick. We're going to make our subs now. Okay, so Deal's going to come off. We're going to, I guess we have to put in Darday, unfortunately. And Mendy's going to stay for now. Kramashi's going to come off. We're going to we'll put in Olsen, actually. Haven't put him in too much. We're going to put in Kovacs for Finkruff. We're going to kind of leave the other one just to kind of float for the next little while. I'll probably make a sub at around 75 minutes in anyways. Providing we don't concede. Asan now with the chance. Finds Bourier. Just shoot it. Bourier gets the shot off. Goes for a throw, and I thought it was going to go for a corner for sure. And looking pretty good. 70 minutes in, so we're going to probably make that sub soon. Does look like Asan's going to be the one that comes off. And especially as he scores there. Please, oh no, he's up to a hat trick. We have to leave him for now, I guess. Asan can't come off. I don't know if it hasn't really happened to me so much in this version, but it has happened where you've taken someone off and they've gotten extremely upset at you. Yeah, we'll put in Tresoldi. Deal with the consequences for it. It is what it is. The Wiper's been pretty good for us. I should have probably started him, but we do want to kind of develop Tresoldi as well. I don't know what's happening there. Somehow that ball did not go in the net, just kept hitting the post. And Borje now ends up losing it, but we get it back from Alderete. We find Schmidt, and let's see if we can get another chance here. Trisoldi now. No overlap. Come on, overlap on the right, yeah. Finds Borje, and Borje finishes it. Third of the season, and back to his form that he was doing before we end up getting a lot of the attacking midfielders last season. So good thing that it didn't destroy him ultimately. Especially with runs like that, I hope he develops into a decent player. Just because he's someone that you want to keep. Between him and Curly, we haven't really played that much. But 15 shots, 8 on target, that is exactly what I like to see. But XG is still very close. They're 2.14. They definitely deserve a goal. And I was going to say, if they end up scoring that, I'm not going to be that upset. But all in all, they definitely should have been a little bit more in this game. Especially hitting the post like 8 times in the second half alone. And almost getting one in there, or big stands tall there. Kovacs now with it. See if we get another chance just before the end. Or are we just going to keep possession? I think we're going to keep possession. Almost loses it there, though. At least Kovacs' passing is going to come up. And that is all she wrote. 4-0. Fantastic. As long as Hassan's not upset with me, we should be pretty good. But yeah, Hassan looking great. 307k that we ended up getting. So our finances are looking very secure, a lot better than what it's looked like in the past seasons. And even income and expenditures for at least this month looks pretty much on par. So gate receipts are definitely increasing as well. Prize money is a huge contributing factor of that as well. And obviously corporate facilities. But all in all, looking pretty good, and we still have around 24 million in the pot as well. So hopefully looking to add some players in this January transfer. But let's jump to the Benfica and see if we can manage to get the same result there. So our last game in between this, we ended up tying against RB Leipzig, and unfortunately we were winning 1-0, and it wasn't until the very end, 90 plus 4 minutes, they score a corner and tie it up. They had a red card for most of the game, so we should have been able to put a couple past them, but ultimately ended in 1-1. So hopefully we can turn around against Benfica and manage to win. A tie is also good as well, but Benfica is not doing too great in Champions League anyways, so hopefully we can capitalize on that. But we have pretty much the same players that we end up having normally. We just have Moukoko up front. We'll probably end up putting in Wiper at some point. He's been very, very good for us this season, and I was on the fence of whether or not I was going to start him or Moukoko, but I don't know. I feel as though Moukoko should be able to deliver, but if not, I have no problems subbing him on for Wiper, since I know that Wiper is going to be with us next season, and I know Moukoko definitely not going to be. So if I have to decide between developing a player that we're going to have next season, I'm definitely going to side with that. But we'll look at the league table as we do that. So currently, yeah, Benfica only has 4 points, but a win here would make them tied with us. So we definitely want... actually, no, sorry. We only have 6 points. So, yeah, so a win would probably put them ahead of us. But obviously, we're gonna want to go ahead earlier. Thielman with a chance gets turned away. Does look like it's gonna be a corner here. 20 minutes in, and hopefully we can manage to get the goal here. Basel's up 1-0 on Man City. That shouldn't last that long, and PSG's up 1-0 on Olympiacos. Kind of wild. And then I thought it was a red card for a second, but Juve just has an injury there. 25 minutes in, and it does look like they're going to get a chance here. I guess not much of a chance though. They kind of just shot that very wildly. And Man U actually up 1-0 as well is kind of interesting. Marlowe now with it. Good interception by Moukoko, but then loses it immediately after because I don't know why. Could have easily just got rid of it, but I don't know, decides to play it forward and somehow gets caught up. And you kind of knew that was going to happen. You kind of know that's going to happen every single time when you end up losing the ball so bad. And yeah, I'm not even going to watch that. We're not even going to dignify that with anything. I mean, this was always a toss-up whether or not we're going to be able to push for it, but even a loss here still ends up making us a little bit ahead of Benfica. And I mean, it doesn't mean that we're going to be completely out, but especially seeing the teams like Juve, Inter, all the way down there, does inspire a little bit of confidence there. We'll kind of take a more of a deep dive. AC Milan up 1-0 on Anderlecht, but we do play Anderlecht as well, so we definitely want that. Actually, I'd rather Anderlecht win, so then it kind of makes it so that we have to win that one as well. Aston Villa up 2-0 on Barcelona. Wow, that is wild. And Augusta now turns it away, but we don't manage to clear it. They end up getting the ball back too quickly. Darday, Moukoko just stops running. Moukoko somehow rated a 6.5. I'd give him a lot less than that. And Asan now loses it, runs backwards right into the guy that he ended up taking off from before. And they're definitely going to score here or get a pen. Nera's now with it and almost goes to a corner though. And we got to spark something up soon. Nera's with the corner. That was a good corner. That was actually a good shot as well, surprisingly. We're going to have to shout at our team pretty soon. Demand more. We only have the one shot on target. Just watch. We're just gonna score here and piss off everyone. No, we don't. Neres now has it. Moukoko now gets it back. Let's see if we can score on this highlight the exact same way that they scored on us. Finkruff now with it. And just loses it. Martel doesn't even go in for it. Oh my god. We play so amazing some games, and then we play just to lose. So disappointing. And I guess it's going to be their goal now. All because Martel didn't make a challenge. Decent challenge there. Oh, gets put over. I don't even know who to sub at this point. 2-1 for Aston Villa now. Somehow gets to Killian. Fingriff now with it. Come on, guys. I don't want to have to make a sub out of rage. Thielman now with it. Finds Martel. Just cross it in, guys. Asan manages to get one on the scoreboard there. It is 1-1. Thank God. And I think I might take off Deal and put Moukoko on the wing. Put Wiper up front. But nice finish by Asan. Definitely better than what we were expecting, but I do want to make those subs sooner rather than later. So even Darday is not looking too fresh either. So we're going to put in Wiper there. Kermashi's going to come in for Kermashi's going to come in there as well. So at least we got the 2 subs there, and we'll be looking at bringing in a couple more. Probably sooner rather than later. Darday and Asan are definitely going to stay on as long as they can walk, pretty much. Almost go down again. Not bad for playing away though. Juve now up 1-0 against Olympique Lyonnais. So basically, any of the teams below us, I'm happy with them kind of eating each other. Good interception there. Thielman clears it up to Wiper. Now, Wiper just had to get rid of it. Yeah, that kind of summarizes that. It's like every time that they don't see, like Wiper could have easily sent it up here, but no, it runs right into the defender, and then we get caught almost immediately. I don't even know why our center backs weren't there. And yeah, as much as we do good, we end up doing terrible when it comes to that kind of stuff. Darday is going to have to come off. San also is tired as well. Just too many fixtures in such a short time frame is definitely affecting us. But we're going to put in Bourier for Darday there. I guess Mine is going to have to come in. And we only have 1 sub left. I guess we can put in Asan more of the defensive aspect. Take off Fincroft, put in let's put in I guess we can't put in Mendy, we're gonna put in Soppy. And kinda hope for the best. We're gonna go more attacking here. Just after we end up encouraging our team. But yeah, they're dominating us throughout start to finish though. And we almost go down another one there. Decent shot. They have a decent corner take. And 2-2 now, Aston Villa, Barcelona. We're going to encourage our team once more. Does bump us down to 17th. But again, just doing a tie would have been amazing for us. But we don't play for ties. Moukoko now at the corner here. Let's see if we can get on board. And no one can. Killian should stick to headers. Definitely not a striker there. What is Mina doing? Oh my god. This is why I want him gone. I think you guys just saw the exact reason why I want him gone. For whatever reason, just skies it. Very good play by Moukoko, and Mina just ruins it by skying it. Oh my god, and he loses it again. Oh my god, Mina. What are we going to do with you? I'm not so upset with Viper with him losing it. That is what it is. And we do get a free kick here. And Urbig's now up front. And he basically just runs and sees that no one ends up having it and runs away right away. He should have probably stayed up here. I wish he could kind of change that tactic. And just have your goalie stay up for a point like this. Like, he should be at half, in my opinion. At the very least. As, like, last man back. And they get a free kick somehow. I don't know how they got that. I don't know if it was a foul or offside, but we kind of had possession of it, so it is a little bit odd. And yeah, they bury it, of course. So we're gonna go back to positive here. Yeah, 3-1. Nothing we can really do there. We're not even gonna watch that, and we kind of just gotta hope for terrible results amongst the worst teams there. Can't win them all. That's the important part, I guess. Gustin now with it. We gotta just take the positives out of this game, which I'm gonna have to figure out what those are. Because Moukoko played. I don't know how Moukoko gets rated as 6.3 when he did that amazing pass to Mina, and then Mina ends up skying it. And just don't go down 4-1. This would be disappointing. Oh my god, we do. 4-1. And, I mean, it is what it is. If it's offside or not, goal disallowed. So we catch a little bit of a break there. And it's at the very end, but, yeah, he's also right in front of the goalie. Yeah, he's also right in front of the goalie. I would call that as well. But as long as we get experience here, I knew we weren't going to demolish any teams. I knew we were going to probably squeak by if we ended up making it through. But 3-1, I mean, away from home, I don't know what I just did there. Alright. I'm not happy with your performance. You know what? Yeah, we're going to just confuse everyone. Oh, dear God. Alright, I guess we're going to have to focus on some of the guys. Oh, dear God. Switched off. Lost focus. Jesus. These are only the people that wanted. Alright, hopefully that helps. And it doesn't let us talk to anyone else, but hopefully we kind of fixed any of those. But our team just absolutely upset. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, we end up coming unstuck, obviously. But I guess the winning run kind of didn't really have what it takes there. And it kind of came to an end. So our positive results, we lost twice. We've only lost in Champions League, so not bad at all. But we'll play a lot of these games outside of camera. We'll come back for probably the I guess the Galatasaray game. We'll come back for Galatasaray, maybe even the Borussia one just before the transfer window and kind of talk about that. But yeah, or we'll come back actually maybe for the Bochum and Galatasaray. But either one of those two we'll end up coming back for. So definitely the Galatasaray game. But hopefully you guys like that. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you for watching. Until next time.